What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise, where year 8 is about to kick off. We are going very deep into this franchise, and I am very excited to get a new season underway, even after winning the last 2 Super Bowl titles in the series. Last year's run was incredible, and I can't wait to see how we follow it up with a team very similar to last year's, with a few notable changes. Of course, the retirement of DeAndre Hopkins is the biggest change of all, and seeing how we transition from an offense with Hopkins to without is going to be the story of the beginning of this season. So today, we're going through all 4 preseason games. I have streamed 3 of them on the channel, and we're going to take a look at the highlights, breakout performances, and the storylines around this team. Our first throw there went to a player helping try to replace DeAndre Hopkins, but that is not going to be something one player on this team can do. Tyrone Houston, Vashon Wright, Colt Sully. We're looking for a breakout receiver, but I really want to lean a lot more on the running game, and that's why we invested so heavily in our offensive line this offseason. And of course, the backbone of this team is this defense that returns 9 of 11 starters. We lost Stephon Charles and Christian Baxter. We have some very key players that are set to be free agents this year. Eric Palmer, who had the previous sack. Boogie Turner, who gets the one here. Bradley Chubb is also set to be a free agent. I expect us to still be great against the ground, but Tariq Cohen gets around the edge and takes it all the way inside the 5-4 Chicago. This team always runs well on us in the preseason. I don't know why exactly. But one thing we always do against them is bring the pressure from all angles. Cam Smithson. He might be the new starter in the place of Stephon Charles. That'll be a team effort as well. And of course, we only had a 5-man draft class this year, so not a ton of new faces getting prominent roles, but the backups certainly have a lot of competition. And the first thing you notice when the backups come in is we do not stop the run anywhere near as well, and you miss Miles Jack and Jamari Akinjide, covering backs out of the backfield, limiting ground games, and letting our pass rush do what they do. Thankfully, we did get some pass rush. Cam Smithson, 2 sacks here early. He plays with the starters, sometimes with the backups. But let's see. Courtney Jean-Charles, the 2nd round surprise selection, taking off to run. I have figured out some things I want to do with him this year, and you'll see those in the 4th preseason game. Oh my! Damian Harris refusing to go down! 4 broken tackles, and he's out of gas because of that. Otherwise, he'd be off to the end zone. He'll take it to the 10 instead. One of the most ridiculous plays that really shows one of our weaknesses as far as the backups go. Linebacker. Kobe Gold couldn't close the gap there. Do you have any doubt in Jack making that play? Akinjide, or even Baxter, who's no longer here? Courtney Jean-Charles now showing off the strong arm and hitting Justin Payne downfield. Former Kalispell receiver, #1 receiver last year for the Dolphins, getting a chance with us. As Courtney Jean-Charles finds the former Bear Darnell Livingston. I brought in some free agent competition as we try to replace DeAndre Hopkins. And then, with plenty of time to throw, there is a new tight end, Ezra Love, set to replace Josh Oliver. Back to the Bronco defense, plenty of time to throw, looking downfield and broken up. Jaron Castile with a very nice pass breakup. I thought he stood out most as the #4 corner. And then Justin Payne in this first game. I wasn't sure what to expect from these receivers, but Payne was certainly the first to impress, and he did so in a very big way in this very first preseason game. Catches in traffic, going downfield, making a couple big catches. That got everybody very excited. Our run defense, meanwhile, continues to give up the highlight reel plays to Damian Harris. He is gone this time. Very few players getting off blocks, and those that are just embarrassing themselves in run defense. Running the football here, a nice run for Sung-Ho Kwok in his 3rd year, but then he coughs it up at the end. That is a fumble. Chicago takes over. And on 3rd and 5, back of the end zone, touchdown, as Castile gives that one up. And the Bears had a very comfortable win against us here in the first game. 1st and 10, Courtney Jean-Charles. Big arm on display, but overthrowing Tyrone Houston, who had the defense beat. Courtney Jean-Charles has a very strong arm. He has great speed, but that accuracy is a problem. Although nobody really was very accurate in this rainy Chicago game. There's a nice play by Ezra Love, taking us inside the 5. And looking for the touchdown. This is a little off the mark, and a pick for Chicago as we close this one out. And the Bears had 250 rushing yards. Obviously, the vast majority coming against our backups. But that really stood out in the editing, watching all that back. There's a pick, though. Game 2 underway. Randall Cross, the rookie, with a rookie mistake. Pick 6, Darnell Savage. When it comes to our running back situation this year, Deion Price is the current RB1. And this play shows you exactly why. We all know Deion Price. We don't need to see too many preseason carries. We know his game. Terrell Corville, nice play. He is the new #1 wide receiver. Is he ready for that? And Marion Peppers has returned for Denver after missing most of last year and having the worst season of his career. Sheffield, quick throw to the end zone. Levi Summers, 2nd year really getting playing time, and I expect him to continue to elevate his game. A lot of positives there for the offense, and we'll go back to defense, and we keep everything in front of us. Jamari Akinjide makes the play. Our defensive style is to force the check down, and we're very good at rallying to the football. There's a nice run by Marion Peppers. We'll see how much of a role he's able to get this season. But here's one of the biggest plays of all. Rashawn Wright, bubble screen, 7 yards, no big deal. But on the play, Marion Peppers shaken up, goes into the locker room, and has his preseason ended right there with the shoulder tear. He won't be cleared until week 2 of the regular season. Nice play here by Denzel Ward, as I took some shots in the preseason to Tyrone Houston, Colt Sully, a lot of these receivers, hoping to see somebody make a play. With the backups here in the 2nd quarter, we have Cameron Britt in the game, the undrafted rookie running back. A nice powerful run there. In the streams, I compared him to Mike Davis. He has power and speed, and he can also catch the football a little bit. A catch here for Justin Payne. That's another solid play. And then Britt trying to get outside. And he is taken down. Not quite as explosive as Donovan Jennings, but of course he was an undrafted running back. On 4th down, I wanted to give Houston a shot here. He had a tough matchup against a very good man cover corner and could not separate. Cleveland takes over, and here's Aaron Jones. He makes a move, takes it inside the 10. Once you get to the backups, you can run the ball just fine. Courtney Jean-Charles way off the mark and intercepted. There were a few of those. Some that were also my fault. And here was me being indecisive about tackling with Courtney Jean-Charles, followed by an Aaron Jones touchdown. I don't think it quite hit me until I was editing just how bad this 2nd string run defense is, especially compared to the starters. If you go back to that Steelers game in the postseason, how dominant our starters were, and then I put in the backups, and they just marched for 3 straight touchdowns. We gotta work on some of this depth in certain areas as certain players get older, like Miles Jack and some others. Here's a shot downfield and another interception. Now a shot for Sully. That's Bullock. He broke up the pass earlier for Houston, makes the play there. He's Cleveland's 3rd best corner. I had Nicholas Baldwin in the game, and here's a nice play by Britt. Clean catch, get upfield quickly. That's what you have to do as a pass catching back. Baldwin floats one, and there is Ezra Love on the reception into Cleveland territory. With Baldwin, I just kind of wanted to make sure I'm comfortable with his role with this team. Little check down there to Britt, pretty cheap yardage. Browns take over, up by 4, and we get some pressure. That's Jazeer Deacon. Very nice highlight play. Keep in mind, that was against a tight end. I really want to see a lot more from Deacon in year 2. His rookie season was not very good. Baldwin on the rollout. Wide open is Livingston. And the ball is perfectly thrown. First down catch. Blitz picked up here by Cameron Britt, and Tyrone Houston creates some space, and he gets the first down. Now here's an interesting situation. Late game, down 1. This is a great time to just see if you can get a stop. When you know you have to stop the run, you know what they're going to do. 5 yards on first down, 4 on second down. Can we make the play with a loaded box? Chubby Decker falls ahead, gets the first down. Kobe Gold had a couple of those tackles, but backups can't get the football back for us. So we lose that game as well. Of course, lose Marion Peppers now until week 2, which gives Deion Price even more time to keep a hold of that RB1 role. Alright, game 3 with an actual good run defense. Everybody gets off blocks, and all we do is make plays here. New quarterback in San Francisco. Oh my, that's dangerous. Scooby Blaylock almost intercepted. I'm excited that he's getting his chance here in San Francisco, and we will be playing against him in the NFC West this season. Terrell Corville getting off the line. Great job downfield. That's one of the best parts of his game. Really nice throw here outside, and that is actually Courtney Jean-Charles. I was trying to find some ways to utilize him here without the playbook changes, but I really had to get some new stuff in there, and I do. Another shot there for Houston. That one doesn't connect either. And against the blitz, Corville. Not much separation, but he does make the play. Not quite a first down, so we turn to the powerful Donovan Jennings, and with a leap, he has the first down. I just learned how to do that precision modified leap, by the way. And there is Terrell Corville winning off the line of scrimmage. He is elite with his release. That's the greatest strength any of our receivers has. Scooby Blaylock under pressure and thrown down. That's Bradley Chubb. His front 4 is really, really good. Second down and 17. More pressure, but an open look from Marquand Clifford, the speedster. And I believe this is year 4 for him now. There we go. Good play by Jamari Akinjide. That's nothing new. I just like watching plays that good. Kyle Juszczyk gets them into the end zone, though, filling in here as the power running back. San Francisco ties the game up. Here is Colt Sully getting a manufactured touch on the jet sweep pass, and he'll get about 5 or something. Back to defense. Wide open, breaking away with that game-changing speed. It's Marquand Clifford, touchdown. He can run fantastic routes. He has sprinter speed. It's just all about will he make the catch. Back to our offense. Another zero blitz on the way, and Corville, tight coverage, but he makes the grab. I thought Corville had a great preseason. Sheffield off the fake, wide open. Levi Summers gets upfield. There's a first down. Throwing again from the 26, outside this time, and every deep shot is being denied. Just could not get many of those to work. Spread out the defense, they bring pressure, and there's a wide open man, Deion Price. Cannot wait to see him now that I have a better idea of how to use him as a running back. Good catch here by Vashawn Wright. I do feel very comfortable with him in that Hopkins role, where you'll see a lot of catches in traffic and a lot of quick throws his way. Time to throw for Sheffield. He'll take a shot. Corville's down there, and he can't make the play. Don't expect the deep ball to be a big part of our offense. We're not good at it, so we shouldn't do a lot of it. We are good at this. Justin Payne, tough catch, makes it look easy. Of course, though, I'm trying to see how many good plays he can make, and he almost makes his best right there, but could not come down with the football in triple coverage. Backups in the game here in the fourth quarter, and Courtney Jean-Charles is way off the mark on that throw. San Francisco gets the football. Oh boy, here we go again. A missed tackle and inside the 20. If we're looking for someone to eventually replace Miles Jack, I can't find anyone that can do that. Like, no one's contesting these plays. Running backs don't catch the football and produce against us. Not the starters, but against the backups. Completely different story. Now here is Amari Spriggs on the reception, the undrafted tight end. I was hoping to see him make a few plays for us, and we gave him chances, and he delivered! What a catch here inside the 15. That caught everybody's attention. But if you think that's the best he can do, you are wrong. From the 12, Courtney Jean-Charles back in the end zone! Amari Spriggs with the play of the preseason right there. I'm looking for a young vertical threat to develop, and I think we found him. That is an unbelievable play as he took over that possession, and he is just a 59 overall undrafted tight end. Plenty of time here. Livingston makes the catch as we're trying to drive down to go and potentially win the game. So a Hail Mary. Courtney Jean-Charles. This throw, 65 yards to the end zone, and it gets there, but it's knocked away. That traveled about 70 yards in the air. So if we have a Hail Mary, you know he's going to play. But now let's get to preseason game 4. Never before seen footage. I didn't stream this one. So we have some excitement in this game you want to pay attention to. First, obviously, last chance to see the starters. How would they play? Well, here's Ezra Love on the play action dump off. He is out of bounds with 13 yards and a first down. And then we go to tight end. Hand it to Deion Price. Good block by Love, and there's the speed. All the way out of bounds at the 32-yard line. There's a 31-yard run. And then, of course, Donovan Jennings, power running straight ahead to the 22-yard line. Third down and inches, go right back to him, and that's a first down. Almost a fantastic play by linebacker Ja'Cory Blackwell. 3rd and 8 now. Time to throw, and stepping up to make this pass to Wright. That was one of my favorite plays of the preseason. But Sean Wright sets us up. Spread out the defense, hand it to Price, and he will dash into the end zone. Offense looking ready for week 1. But how about our defense? Well, they were great in all the other games, so how would the 4th game go? Well, you can ask Mitchell Trubisky about that. Sacked by Bradley Chubb? That's just the first one. Spoiler alert, there's more. 3rd down and 16. We're playing the sticks. We're ready. And Trubisky is sacked again by Cam Smithson, who led us in sacks in the preseason. We get the football back for another drive. I'm testing players' limitations. Sheffield rolling to his left, throwing off balance. Does he make that play as a young rookie? Probably not. Oh my. The separation by Corville. Ross Mastorovich is there in coverage. He's going to be a great press corner. But welcome to the NFL. That's Terrell Corville, one of the best against press coverage. Play action. On the rollout. Wide open. Cut by Houston inside the 10. We saw the offense march down for 1 score already. Now Price dashing to the 5 and almost getting in. Donovan Jennings time. Touchdown Denver. 2 fantastic touchdown drives is how the starters end their preseason. Last look now at the starting defense. And I'm pretty sure Mitchell Trubisky is happy they only played 1 quarter against the starters. This time, it's Boogie Turner. Alright, backups from here on out. I added a new formation and a few new plays to the playbook for Courtney Jean-Charles. We have this split back formation. That's a versatile formation that allows us to run some shovel option, read option, and just have some good variety in the offense. And I like maybe having more 2-back sets this year. A fake. Jean-Charles gonna take the shot downfield. There's Tony Passeri, the undrafted wideout who is unable to make the catch against Mostorovic. 3rd down and 2. Jean-Charles on target. Good play made by Darnell Livingston. Here is 1st and 10 off play action. Jean-Charles out to the sideline. That's a nice catch by Passeri. We'll take that one. I decided to use this formation the entire drive. Nice run here by Sung-Ho Kwok, running around a defender and getting a 1st down gain of 11. Or I guess I did mix up the formations a little bit. Jean-Charles, a shot for Sully! Finally, somebody makes a big catch downfield. There were not many of them. That's what Sully did last season, but unfortunately we haven't seen that play return. Here's a nice throw out to Sully again. He makes the touchdown catch. But overall, I don't see a lot of separation in these receivers, and we're still going to be splitting a lot of time to see who can stand out in the regular season. Nice play here by Danny Heath getting upfield on the swing screen. You can also show the same motion and run the screen the other way. Sung-Ho Kwok blocks, gets set up, and there he goes! Off to the races. He does have great speed, and Mostorovic can't catch him. Touchdown. I actually felt it much tougher to make these cuts when it came to running back. 28-0. How about 35-0 instead? Alex Jarrett, a pick 6 for Denver. There's a play made by a backup linebacker. Although I usually look for pass coverage skill sets, now I'm wanting somebody who can just stop the run and limit these big plays. Toa Tuilau-Pupu. He's a versatile linebacker who hasn't had many chances on defense, but should this year. 3rd and 19. They get behind the linebacker. Jarrett does not have the same coverage range as Jack or Akinjide or even Baxter. Trying to go downfield again. Passeri loses this one. The deep balls are just not happening this year. No pressure, but a nice play. Alex Jarrett keeping the play in front of him. Nice job there. I'm impressed. 3rd down and 10 over the middle, and that is caught. You'll see these teams attack our linebackers a lot more with the backups in the game. Over the middle once again. That is another 1st down for the Jaguars. And on 1st and 10, they're going to go right back to it. Over Jarrett, caught 1st down. So, clear difference there in the level of play you get. It's not fair to compare them to the elite players we have at linebacker, but just showing you the difference. And of course, against the run, oh boy, Beal saves a touchdown, but just let him score. What are we going to do, stop him from a yard away? Yeah, right. Actually, I think we got a sack. So we actually did push them backwards. And then, driving through the block is Toa Tuilau-Pupu. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, some rush from this backup unit. 35-13. Shovel option actually working. I promise I won't call it much in the real games. Final play here, the 3rd quarter. Pressure on the way. Nice adjustment by Livingston on the low pass. I thought Jean-Charles looked his best here in the 4th preseason game. There's the rushing touchdown. I forgot it was here and not earlier. Not even contesting that one. Sylvester Redgrave is the one player who's supposed to be good against the ground game that really did not seem to make a huge impact in preseason. I didn't really notice him. There's a nice breakup on 4th down, courtesy of Tommy Jordan. And then Courtney Jean-Charles. That's an awkward throw, and somehow it got right to Livingston. We'll take it. Now set up inside the 10. Going back to Spriggs. Touchdown. Had to make sure he wasn't just a one-game wonder. And Spriggs scores his 2nd touchdown of the preseason. Let's go back to defense now. Inside 2 minutes, we're just about done. A catch on the outside. Standard play, but Tommy Jordan shaken up on the play. More on his injury after we're done here. Jaguars getting this all wrapped up, and the hustle play of the preseason. Toa Tuilaupapa on the ground initially on that play. Gets up, fights all the way to Childress to get the sack. And then on 3rd and 16, we nearly give up a touchdown. Come on now, that's Avery Zellner who could not get the interception. Thankfully, the end line was there. All right, final minute. Courtney Jean-Charles, he's not done. He gets it to Spriggs, who makes the catch. Amari Spriggs. 25 seconds to go. Courtney Jean-Charles off the mark. He didn't have a lot of bad mistakes in this game, but that's a throw obviously you need to make. And then 4th and 22, just going to throw it up downfield, and that's picked by Mastorovic. Very nice play. That'll take us to the end of the preseason. I thought it was fun. I was hoping a few more players would break out, but I have a good feel for this team going into our new season. I know we're going to be replacing DeAndre Hopkins, and it's not going to be easy, but we're not trying to really replace his role. We're changing the offense. We're going to run the football a lot more. We're going to run more 2 tight end sets most likely, and we're not going to really look to stretch the field a lot. Not that we really did a ton last season, but don't expect that to change now. I don't think anybody is making us a better deep passing team at the moment. Now, Justin Payne very much impressed me. I'm planning on week 1 him splitting time with Bashawn Wright as we continue to see what receivers we can count on the most this season. As we look to throw underneath, he and Wright are going to do that, I think, the best, along with Livingston, who will get some chances. Sully and Houston are more downfield receivers, and we'll see how that works in this offense. I would say right now, if Nate Sheffield were to get hurt and it was just like we need someone to fill in for the rest of the game, Baldwin probably plays. Unless I really felt like what we do with Jean-Charles works. But if we saw a situation where, like, Sheffield was going to miss a ton of time, we would probably just go with Jean-Charles then and watch him develop along the way. Defensively, don't expect a lot of changes there, but I think Toa Tuilaupapa was definitely our best backup edge rusher, and he will get snaps over Jazir Deacon and Trey Walker. So let's go through what I did to finalize this roster. First thing was I wanted to trade Dalvin Beal. Just didn't think he had a role with us, and I have some other safeties I'm developing, so I traded him for a 7th round pick to Tampa Bay. And then I decided to trade away Brian Johnson, who was a starter all of last season, had a lot of holding penalties, and I think that we are on our way to replacing him for sure this year with Zach Martin, but we're going to trade him to the Cowboys, who really need a new guard as Martin left. And as far as injuries go, Tommy Jordan's is kind of serious. Broken ribs, he'll miss the first 5 games of the regular season. And then final cuts and practice squad signings. The big surprise here is going to be that Amari Spriggs did not make the final roster. And the reason is because I don't think he's ready to play in the role Love is in yet. And I think he is safe on the practice squad. I don't think anybody's going to sign him. I then signed Vaughn Tatum, who was on the Jets practice squad. This is to replace Tommy Jordan. I have no idea if he's even going to see the field, but he'll take up that open roster spot we had. And here's a look at our starters going into now year 8 in the series. The offensive line is better this year. I'm expecting more efficiency, more running, less sacks, less turnovers. Defensively, I'm expecting us to be great overall. We did not lose much in the offseason, and I'm hoping that we can get Turner and Palmer signed. They are going to be the key players to watch this year. And then you're going to see new specialists, actually. Kick returner, punt returners, I mean. I don't want to have Deion Price do that if his responsibility as an RB1 is going to grow. I just don't think that's a good idea. And last year was the worst returning season of his career. I just don't think we need him there. He needs to be in the backfield. Now, I made a last-minute change here. I decided to add Cameron Britt to the active roster. I had Sung-Ho Kwok there instead. And I was a little worried that if I put Kwok on the practice squad that he might get signed somewhere, but that's why I kind of wanted him on the active roster for at least simming through preseason week 4, so nobody would be able to sign him. And now I can put him on the practice squad after possible moves were made. But nobody ended up signing a running back. I thought maybe the Raiders would if they had a chance because they're missing 3, but I think because nobody's on IR, they don't have an actual roster spot to add a running back, so they're just going to stick with Bryler Crosby until somebody gets healthy. They're down to their 4th string running back. It's week 1. They'll get healthier, though. After a couple weeks, they'll have 2 running backs returning from injury. And here's a look at our schedule. We open against the Chargers, take on the Bills, the Chiefs, get the early bye week, then the Colts, Raiders, Dolphins. We play the NFC West this season. We get the Patriots later on, the Jets, the Ravens. I think it's a great schedule, and I am ready to dive into a brand new season here in the Denver Broncos franchise. I'll probably make one more move before the first game, maybe signing another backup linebacker. Just going through this preseason and the editing and commentary showed me like, hey, maybe I should just find somebody who's a dominant run stopper, because if somebody were to get hurt, we would miss that impact. Leave your thoughts down below. What did you think of the preseason? What did you think of my roster decisions? And what are your expectations for year 8? Thank you all again for your support. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you when year 8 kicks off very soon. Have a great day.